Hello, my name is Fiona, and I'm a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you planning to take the Praxis Teaching Reading K-12 exam? This is Praxis Code 5206. This exam focuses on the knowledge and skills an aspiring teacher must have to support reading and writing development in elementary and secondary school students. This problem set covers the subtopic of knowing how to monitor student progress by analyzing and interpreting formative assessment data to inform instruction. Let's review the types of questions you can expect to encounter on the exam. Let's jump in. Question number 1. Students have been practicing how to identify direct objects in sentences. The teacher plans to assess student learning at this point in the unit to determine if any students are struggling to master the skill. The teacher wants to monitor students' progress with a low-stakes assessment. Which of the following types of assessment would be most appropriate for the teacher to use? Norm-referenced assessment, such as a pencil and paper test. Formative assessment, such as a check-in or ticket out the door. Summative assessment, such as a unit test. Or alternative assessment, such as a take-home quiz. Norm-referenced assessments, like pencil and paper tests, are not suitable for monitoring progress as they compare students rather than providing individual feedback. Summative assessments, like unit tests, are high stakes and evaluate learning at the end of a period, not mid-unit. Alternative assessments, like take-home quizzes, may not provide immediate insights and can vary in assistance. Therefore, the best assessment for this purpose is formative, such as a check-in or ticket out the door. These low-stakes assessments offer immediate feedback, helping teachers identify struggling students and adjust instruction accordingly. Question number 2. A vocabulary portfolio where students compile a collection of their work related to vocabulary learning, including vocabulary quizzes, vocabulary journal entries, word maps, and vocabulary game scores, is an example of what type of vocabulary assessment? Discrete, selective, comprehensive, or embedded. A vocabulary portfolio including quizzes, journal entries, word maps, and game scores is not a discrete assessment, which focuses on isolated skills. It is also not a selective assessment targeting specific words, nor is it an embedded assessment, which integrates assessment into the learning process. The best type of assessment for this scenario is comprehensive, as it includes a wide range of activities and materials, offering a thorough evaluation of students' vocabulary skills. Question number 3. Which of the following methods would help an instructor distinguish whether the texts they are choosing for a class are too difficult for the students? Asking the students if they all feel the texts are too difficult. Testing the students using a closed test. Noting how long it takes for the students to read a passage. Or noting the number of new vocabulary words in a text index. Asking students if texts are too difficult relies on subjective opinions and isn't accurate. Measuring how long students take to read a passage offers limited insight and doesn't gauge comprehension. Counting new vocabulary words gauges complexity but misses overall readability. The most effective method is using a closed test, where students fill in missing words, providing a clear measure of understanding and text difficulty. Question number 4. Which of the following best describes formative communication between teachers and students? A student receives written and verbal feedback from their teacher at midterms. A student receives a report card at the end of term. A student receives feedback explaining their standardized test scores. Or a student and their family receive a monthly newsletter from their teacher. Receiving a report card at the end of term is summative, not formative, as it evaluates overall performance after the period ends. Feedback on standardized test scores is also summative, focusing on post-test performance. A monthly newsletter provides general updates and not specific learning feedback. The best example of formative communication is receiving written and verbal feedback at midterms, which is ongoing and offers specific guidance for improvement during the learning process. I trust I was able to clarify the types of questions you will find about this subtopic for the Praxis 5206 exam. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel ready and prepared for exam day. Wishing you the best of luck with your preparations and exam. Bye for now.